We're 12 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. Is it possible to be healthy, strong, and vibrant at any age? What a set of questions. Well, indeed. And there's one woman who thinks that she can answer that question for you. Her name is Marva Riley. She's a registered nurse. She's also the author of the books Eat, Sleep, Meditate, A Nurse's Guide to Health and SHEIR Recipe Book. She joins us now. Good morning to you, Marva.
Good morning, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
It is so good to see you indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, what a question, what a position that you hold. It is possible to be healthy, strong, and vibrant at any age. And all people are going to be asking, really? Well, I've seen so many examples of aging people who are going to say to you, it's not possible. Why do you have that position that you hold?
Personal, I am 50 years of age, and I am totally free of any illnesses. My dad is 90 and my mom's 85, and they're not sickly. And I know of many elderly people that are very healthy, including my granddad, who died at 101 years old. And the only problem he had was that a little bit of hearing deficit. So I know it's possible.
It's possible to live healthy, strong, and vibrant well into one's old age. But you've had I'll use the word challenge in your 30s, you know, right the way through, that has propelled you on this journey. Briefly, just share so that our audience understands what you may have gone through and why you're taking this particular course of life.
Thank you for the opportunity. At the age of 38, I work primarily in the intensive care unit, but I became ill with many life-threatening illnesses, including my heart was failing at 35%, whereas 65% or greater is considered normal by a cardiologist. The only thing that was offered to me were drugs, and more drugs, Band-Aid. But I did not want to be on drugs as a Band-Aid, tons of negative side effects. So that drove me to do a lot of research online, YouTube, books, videos, and everything healing through a holistic lifestyle, excellent nutrition, regular moderate exercise, prioritizing sleep, decreasing our stress level in life, fresh air, and sunlight. Fast forward, I was 38, that was 22 years ago, 60 right now, and I am free from any illnesses. I feel the best that I've felt in years, and I also look the best. I'm at my ideal weight. And I would like to show others that if you're 20, 30, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you too can enjoy a holistic lifestyle at whatever age you are, and it's not as difficult as they make it.
So let's make it easy. Let's make it easy then so that we understand it is how possible it truly is. Where do we start? So that I can also look like you when I'm 60 years old, so that I can also be disease-free.
Well, I would suggest that we start where you are. Start by making small steps, baby steps, okay? And gradually increase. For example, start by learning to enjoy fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. And if you don't like salads, start incorporating a little bit of salads in your diet every day and gradually increase it until every meal you're having, well, lunch and dinner for sure, you're having a salad. Learn to eat fresh. Minimize the junk food, the fast food, the sugar, the fatty food, that kind of thing. Start by incorporating a little bit of exercise in your daily routine. 5 minutes if that's all you have. Gradually increase it to 10, 15, 20, until you get to the 30 minutes that's recommended by the American Heart, the World Health Organization, the American Diabetic Association. Just start taking baby steps. Baby steps become bigger steps, and eventually the healthy lifestyle will become your normal lifestyle.
And so you've put all of this into a book, Eat, Sleep, Meditate. It's a nurse's guide to health. And you've also incorporated a recipe book as well, which is called SHEIR, CSHEIR, pronounced SHEIR. But we just want to make sure that people understand how truly practical all of it is, because, you know, we love to read books and then we put them aside. This one is not one of those books you read and put aside. It's one of those books you read and you continue to read and to practice from. So let's talk about how those books really combined can really help me. How easy really is it to do from the recipes?
It's very easy. Recipe book, it's an acronym for simple, healthy, easy, and inexpensive recipe. And that book doesn't call for ingredients that you would not find local grocery store. Thank you. Or even in your cabinet or in the farmer's market. I cook with onion, garlic, some black pepper, a little bit of salt. Pretty much it. Just very easy. Or a healthy lifestyle is a lifestyle. You'll be living that lifestyle for the rest of your life. So it's very practical. It's making time for 5 minutes of walking in the morning, 5 minutes of walking at lunchtime, and 5 minutes of walking when you get home in the evening. I think that's pretty doable for anyone at any age. Then you increase it to 10 minutes, etc. In terms of the way you eat, there's nothing unusual about what I recommend that you eat. It's replacing rice with white rice. It's replacing rice with potatoes. It's eating some cabbage and carrot instead of French fries and burgers. Very, very practical.
You say to live a plant-based life, and you know, you say that to people, and right away, like you said, just people begin to push their noses in the air, and you think, oh no, I can't do that. It must have some protein. I need my meat. I need my those kinds of things. But you're saying when we consume an order amount of those other things, then we're not necessarily living our best and healthiest life. But more plant-based is what you recommend.
Yes. The research, even those organizations that do not necessarily promote plant-based, like the American Heart, the World Health Organization, the American Diabetic Association, all their research points to a healthier us if we include more plants. And there's tons of research also that shows that cancers like colorectal cancer, we're more predisposed to those cancers if we eat a heavy meat-based diet. In terms of protein, get all the protein that you need from plant protein. If you eat beans and peas every day, quinoa, nuts, grains, even rice and oatmeal have protein, so you really don't need the meat. It's the quantity of the meat that is important and the quality of the meat. Meats like the meats like hot dog and hamburger and bacon, those, according to the World Health Organization and the American Cancer Society, are carcinogenic. They're type 1 carcinogenics. And what does that mean? Not that they may cause cancer, but that they do cause cancer. Red meat, type 1 carcinogenic, causes cancer. So it is better for us to replace as much of that meat with plant-based foods, rich in fiber, rich in antioxidants, and other nutrients that will empower our body and strengthen our body to ward off diseases, or if we have diseases, to help our body to reverse and heal itself of those diseases.
But life is a balance. And so the book is called Eat, Sleep, which is also very critical. A number of us don't get enough hours of sleep or time to really rest. And it's not necessarily about the hours, but it's about the quality of rest that we're talking about here. And also to meditate, what do we do with our mind? What do we do with our spirit or soul? And so that the combination of all of these, getting it right, is what would help us get on a healthier path to living healthy, strong, and vibrant at any age. The book, where is it available? How easily accessible is it? And, you know, so I want people from anywhere in the world who's watching today to know that they can have it in their book and in their hands, and the recipe book as well.
Both of my books are very accessible. I've had folks who purchased my books from Europe, from Australia, the Caribbean, the Canada, all over. And the book is very accessible. It's available on Amazon, Walmart, Target, Barnes and Noble, any of your favorite bookstores. You can purchase my books, or on my website, rnmarvariley.com. In terms of sleep, the length of time that we sleep is very important. The research is pointing to a minimum of 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep every night to help to prevent diseases and cancer and reverse them if we are unfortunate to be diagnosed with these diseases. So sleep is important.
To go that long, just to find 8 hours to sleep. So how do we set that time aside so that we actually get a good quality sleep? And I'm going to quality because the older we grow, it seems as if we wake up more often. Let's put it that way. So we don't tend to just relax and sleep as long as you're saying, 7 to 8 hours. How do we do that?
Well, it's a matter really of discipline. If you have the same time to bed and the same time to wake up, like our grandparents did. I mean, I'm from Jamaica, and I remember my grandparents would go to bed, say, 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., and they'd stop at 4 in the morning, and that was every day. They didn't have TV, they didn't have cell phone, they weren't on Facebook, so we need to turn off the devices and set a bedtime. Say, I'm going to bed by 10 o'clock at night. That's my bedtime. So I turn off the devices an hour before, no TV, no Facebook, none of that. And I go to bed, and I'm in bed by 10 o'clock at night, and I wake up, say, 6 o'clock in the morning. Eventually, our body gets used to that routine and that rhythm, and it becomes our norm. We have to prioritize that sleep, because it is when we sleep, actually, Pearson, that our bodies heal and repair themselves.
Right. You're so very right. So folks, the book is available. The books are available indeed. Eat, Sleep, and Meditate by my good friend here, Marva Riley, who's a registered nurse. She's right there on the screen. And there's also Share the Recipe book, all available on platforms for download. You can get the e-copy, you can get the hard copy, you can get the copies indeed. And you will find it's possible for you to have that healthy, strong, and vibrant life at any age. Look at her, she's 60, fantastic, very, very vibrant, disease-free. And that's not just because of her legacy, her grandparents, her mother, her father, but because it's possible, because of the lifestyle that she's chosen as well. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish you much success. Continue to live as healthily as you are, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Pearson.
You are very welcome indeed. Marva Riley is her name. Marva Riley, registered nurse. We're taking a break here. We're coming back with the news in just a moment.